like sand through the hourglass, or in Kasey's case, like sand through the colon. These are the days of Kasey's life. Welcome back, everyone, to the Vegan Damage Control Network. And I am your host, Vegan Carburetor. That's my old avatar there from when I covered Vegetable Place the first 5 months of his carnivore diet. As you can see there, I did daily responses to every video he made about the diet. So at some point, I just had to quit because the mission was not working. Those times you need to walk away, you got to break the habit. I did that in January. So it's been another 5 months, and I do have, of course, things to say, especially now that he is again on the cusp of changing things around. Let's see, the first thing, let's see, I got some notes here. First thing, I told you so. We are soon going to find out what Kasey will do next. Will he really go back to the vegan diet? Or will he do the carnivore diet the right way? Here's Vegetable Place going over his blood test after about 11 months on the carnivore diet.
That has shocked me. I'm scared to death. Like, my kidneys are falling apart. They say, oh, animal protein doesn't cause kidney disease. That's a myth. It's not a myth.
Is he saying that he believed that it was a myth that animal products contribute to kidney disease? Where has he been the last 10 years? Hasn't he been in this community? This is common knowledge. Excess protein.
I focus on the fat. I'm not trying to eat no high chicken breast diet. And my kidneys are falling apart. You can see it in the bags. I was starting to get them myself. I have the kidneys of a 70-year-old man.
And is he really surprised? That would make him the only one that's surprised.
Saying that you need to eat meat to get B12, and if you don't eat meat, then you'll need to take loads of supplementation, and it's not even sure if that will work, because the only way that you can truly get B12 is from eating meat. Well, what happened after almost a year of eating nothing but meat? What happened to his B12 levels?
My whole diet's B12. Still not high enough. What the hell is that?
Huh. Well, again, is he serious? He thinks if you eat enough B12, that's all that matters? We've been telling him for years. Well, what I'm saying is the high fruit, high raw community has been telling everyone B12 is not a matter of just getting it in your diet. He must have heard this, you know.
It's not vegan propaganda that everyone should take a B12 supplement to ensure that they get an adequate B12 regardless of diet.
Correct. And that is because the B12 problem in the world is not all the vegans. And it's not because people aren't getting enough in their diet. The issue is absorption. People are having trouble absorbing the vitamin, which is why some people recommend getting a B12 shot. As extreme as it sounds, it's not so extreme anymore. That's the surest way of getting it in your system. Another pretty sure way is sublingual vitamins. And I go over in my book why people have an absorption problem.
How can you possibly do a carnivore diet and have healthy kidneys? What would you have to do? You'd have to add in the plants that heal the kidneys, like lemons and the cucumbers and the celery juice. How would you even manage it? So if I was to continue doing a carnivore...
If I was to continue, I guess he's doing the thing where, like, for 2 or 3 weeks, we remember this, for 2 or 3 weeks, he's in this transition where he's keeping people guessing what he's going to do. Remember that happened before he went carnivore. But there is no options for this guy. But it's not going to matter to whoever it is that's watching him. The 30,000 people, why do they even watch him? I've asked it before. I know there's no answer. And now here's Michelle Lowe, sounding a lot like me, saying the same stuff.
I would have to wake up with the lemon water and start juicing a bunch of stuff and take herbs for the kidneys and It could be done.
Yeah, this is Vegetable Police doing is setting us up, isn't he? He's setting us up for a whole new path, right? His diet videos have got a bit stale.
A whole new storyline. What will happen next week? Tune in as Kasey's world turns. He's got to fix up his life soon because he's only got one life to live. But I gave up on him in January when he was diagnosed with pancreatitis and walked out of General Hospital.
So now he's setting us all up. Is he going to stay vegan? Is he going to go carnivore? He knows what he's doing, doesn't he? I'm not saying that these blood test results aren't genuine, but and he's messed up his health. He certainly has. But he knows what he's doing in terms of progression of his channel, doesn't he? Absolutely.
So I've been trying to get this up there. Over 500 is what I've heard every naturopath say. Maybe because they sell B12 injections? I don't know.
So he's going to give us his B12.
I've never been able to get it up there. As a vegan, it was 157 in 2009, up to 190.
Like I was saying, it's about absorption. A lot of people have problems with that. And that's part of the digestive system. And his system, we know, is messed up and does not work right. So he goes on a unnatural, weird diet where he got these good numbers back, where the unnatural diet was fixing his unnatural problems. That doesn't mean it's healthy. That doesn't mean you're going to fix or reverse these problems. He needs to actually fix them. And as much as I have issues with the medical paradigm, sometimes when you're screwed up enough, you need medical intervention. And I found another person who's sounding like the way I was sounding a few months back. And this guy is pro-carnivore. Remember the guy Carnival? Check this out. Over here.
Does hardly anything but drink dairy for 2 weeks. His butthole starts bleeding, and because of that, he quits the carnivore diet. Brilliant.
Well, actually, I don't think that's the way it happened. He did not do that.
I mean, come on. It is a comedy channel, no?
Yes, it is. And I think I said those exact words many months ago. Remember, this is a comedy channel. He has it categorized as a comedy channel. I had a whole bunch of people telling me, oh, that hoax video's comedy. You don't understand comedy. Well, I understand using comedy as a guise for scamming 1 million people and getting away with all sorts of stuff. They say the same stuff about Trump. They say he was just joking. He has zero sense of humor. He's a psychopath. Have you ever noticed? He's never been funny at all. But back to these two psychos.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't this man a few months ago, not even that long, saying how now that he's on the carnivore diet and he reintroduces this or that plant, no matter what the plant is, he has issues with that plant? Didn't he just say that?
Yeah, I do remember that. And also, I'm going back on the vegan diet. Come on, people. How are 30,000 people watching, Kasey? I imagine Carnival isn't spending his time watching him. You know, I don't have time, and I wouldn't want to waste it anyway on this guy. So vegans shouldn't be watching him. And carnivores are saying that Vegetable Police wasn't a representative of them. So I don't think they'd be watching. So who's watching?
And now, he's going vegan again.
Yeah. And I said that he'd screw you guys, just like he screwed us. This is what he does. You'd think people would have caught on to his business plan. He's done this so many times.
Okay. Wait. And do correct me if once again I am wrong, but didn't Vegetable Police say not that long ago that everything was great on the carnivore diet except skin issues.
Maybe in one video he said that, but in other videos he talked about throwing up at least twice a week. And then there was the daily energy crash. Remember, it's not all happy cows dancing on the carnivore diet. There's problems. You know, if you watch my channel, you've seen that clip many times. I've seen it about 100 times with all the editing I do. And I got real tired of this guy late last year.
And now in his latest video, he's saying his skin was perfect on the carnivore diet.
Really?
If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Come on, guys. We all know what's up. I mean, what would Vegetable Police make videos about if he were to suddenly run out of health problems? Diet related.
I think he's been... It looks like Carnival's been watching me. He does know me. That's exactly what I say. This is all that Vegetable Police does with his channel. Think about it. All those years as a vegan, he didn't actually promote the vegan diet. No, this channel is just all about him and his story. He even told me in that long letter, giving me some advice on how to grow my channel, that you got to make the channel about you.
And I just have to say this about, what's his name? Gary High Fruit.
That channel's never going to grow.
It won't.
Terrible content.
I'm so sorry. Your videos are terrible. Like,
Yeah.
they're
Don't
not
be sorry.
good. The worst vegan channel.
I wonder why no one has punched him out yet. Well, he does move around a lot. Hey, maybe that's the reason he moves a lot. I remember the time when I wanted to meet up with him? Yeah, I'm still thinking about that.
But it is what it is with these, unfortunately, influencers. I guess they have to keep reinventing themselves. It's like what's been happening with TV series in the last decade or two. I think Lost was a great example of this, and more recently Game of Thrones became another. But basically a TV show will come out and it'll be really good and it'll garner a lot.
Yeah, the genres have to change because people get used to them and it's no longer exciting. So now who's doing damage control? The guy who won't show his face. Yep, he never shows his face. His voice is enough to scare you away. So now let's finish up the B12 issue here. We've got Michelle Lowe here, about to announce what her B12 numbers are. And she takes supplements, which is the only good way to ensure you get enough. Because there's Veg Police. He says his whole diet is B12, yet it's not at normal levels. That proves right there it's an absorption issue. Now, Michelle Lowe.
And my serum B12, right, figure was 747. 747.
Double. B12 is the one thing to not be ideological about, or stubborn about. You know, I could probably prove that I have good absorption, which I think I do, but I don't know. It's not worth testing out, because if you don't absorb it well, it's too late. Once the damage is done, you can't reverse it. You should be supplementing. You should not be playing these games. You should be listening to us. You should have listened to the Raw Vegan 80-10 tenors. Doug Graham knows what he is talking about. Oh, this is coincidence coming up here. I just need to do some chores while I'm making videos here. So, to sum up B12, I should remind people, or in case they don't know, the body stores B12 for like 7 years before you would run out. Another thing here is something we've learned from the carnivores lately. When we talk about our blood test being okay, they say blood tests aren't really a good determination of nutrient stores in the body, because nutrients will be pulled out of the body to be brought into the bloodstream if they're needed. You could be very close to depletion. And now here we have Vegetable Please making a video where he's just hanging on his blood test here, and everybody's getting real excited about it. So in short, you got people like Drew Moore coming out of the woodwork and saying, he didn't do the carnivore diet right. Where have we heard that before? That's a crummy excuse. Is that suddenly okay again? Because I've been saying that for years. You could say people aren't doing the SAD diet right. It's not about being vegan. Removing animal products from your diet is only just the first step. There's other bad stuff you need to get out of your diet. And to sum up this video, I want to leave you with a quote that I saw in the comments section somewhere. Someone said, cucumbers wreaked havoc with Kasey's kidneys. He is allergic to phallic vegetables. There's your coincidence. Right there, Kasey.